times 6. May point yan mga pangyaw, pero let's assume na 6 lang. 54,000 pesos! Wow! Hello mga pangyaw, welcome back to my channel. It's still me, Daisy, your maid vlogger. Solo ko ang bahay ngayon. Basa ko sa Facebook. Pinost siya ng Asia Times, Hong Kong. Sabi dito, some Hong Kong employers have raised their salary offers to 9,000 Hong Kong dollars, equivalent sa 1,146 US dollars to hire a domestic worker. So, magkano yun sa pesos? I-multiply nyo na lang mga pangyaw. 9,000 times 6. Sige na nga, ako na lang. 9,000 Hong Kong dollars times 6. May point yan mga pangyaw, pero let's assume na 6 lang. 54,000 pesos! Wow! Okay, yun yung caption, pero let's read kung ano ba talaga yung laman ng news na to. Title niya, New Cluster Exposes Loophole in HK Quarantine by Jeff Pau. Noong June 7 pa itong mga pangyaw, a cluster of 3 people who were infected with the Alpha variant of COVID-19 has exposed a loophole in the quarantine system for incoming travelers in Hong Kong. On Saturday, a 17-year-old secondary school girl tested positive for the highly infectious 951Y mutant strain that was first detected in the United Kingdom. It was the first time the variant, labeled by the World Health Organization as Alpha, with a scientific name of B.1.17, had been discovered in Hong Kong. However, her example tested negative to the E48, 4K, and L452R strains. So, ang dami pala siya, no? Iba-ibang variant, which originated in Brazil and India, respectively. The girl, who lives in Xingyu House, Tin Shing Court in Tin Shui Y, developed a fever, runny nose, headache, and loss of smell on June 2. She studies at the Queen Elizabeth School Old Students Association, Tongkuakwa Secondary School, at Tin Hua Road, and attended a tutorial class at an industrial building at Chun Wen Road, Chun Mun. She visited the Hong Kong International Education Expo held at the Convention and Exhibition Center on May 29. Magandahan dito sa Hong Kong, once na, yun nga, may nakitang new variant na nag-positive, talagang tinututukan yun ng health department here ng Hong Kong para malaman kung saan siya mga pumunta, saan siya namasyal. Yung place na yun, i-announce ng Hong Kong government na kailangan magkakaroon ng mandatory test sa lahat ng pumunta doon on that day. Which is maganda kasi naaagapan. This new case also broke a 42 days streak of zero new and traceable local infections in the territory. On Sunday and Monday, the girl's 53-year-old mother and 20-year-old sister were found to be infected with the same variant. The mother did not show any symptoms, but her sister developed a fever, runny nose, and diarrhea. The 20-year-old visited a range of places in Chunwan during her incubation period on May 29, such as Nina Mall 1 and 2, The Mills, D Park, Shopping Center, City Walk 2, and a restaurant at 75 Tai Pai Street. Medyo malayo to sa lugar namin, and di naman ako talaga naggagala-gala. Actually, kalalabas ko nga lang po kasi June na. Dahil nga dun sa nag-positive na kapwa ko domestic helper dito sa Hong Kong, natakot na naman yung mga employer ko. So, in-advise ako na buong month ng May, wag daw muna ako makipag-meet sa mga kapwa ko domestic helper sa mga friends ko. Kaya yun, wala naman akong gagawin sa labas, so nagstay na lang ako dito sa kwarto ko. Mabuti na lang may internet connection kasi kahit papano, nakapag-attend ako ng mga online church services. Isang Saturday afternoon lang ako lumabas kasi yun nga, in-announce ng Hong Kong government na another mandatory test para sa aming lahat na domestic helper dito sa Hong Kong. So, lumabas lang ako noon para magpa-swab test. And by God's grace, yun, negative naman po yung result. She also went to K11 Musea and Islit in Chim Cha Tsui, a restaurant on the third floor of Hai Phong Mansion and the Dragon Center in the Shamshui po on May 23. Bata pa kasi to, so gala pa siya. Ayun, dami niyang pinuntahan. So, sana hindi kayo kasama o hindi kayo malapit sa mga lugar na to, mga pangyaw. Or kung meron man, take care of yourself. Palakasin natin yung immune system natin, mga pangyaw. Fifth wave epidemic. Citing the results of genome sequencing of the virus, the Center of Health Protection said the cluster was unrelated to the previously confirmed cases reported in Hong Kong, as well as the recent cases identified in Shenzhen. So, yun nga nakapagtaka kasi hindi talaga natin alam kung sino yung merong COVID, kung sino yung may ganitong variant, may ganyan. Kasi, yun nga, yung iba walang symptoms, tapos itong mga na-identified, hindi sila related sa isa't isa. So, parang biglang sumibol na lang, which is hindi naman pwedeng mangyari yun, di ba? Kailangan take care of yourself, mga pangyaw. Paano to? Gelman? An associate professor at the Department of Health Technology, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, said the 17-year-old girl's virus sample had at least 10 mutants, different from the previously identified UK variant, showing that the transmission could have gone through several generations. Talaga? He said the patients were probably infected by an incoming traveler due to a loophole in Hong Kong's quarantine system. He said the girl's cycle threshold CT value was 18, while her mother's was between 16 and 19, meaning they both had a large amount of coronavirus in their bodies. He said the cluster was much more infectious than the Indian engineer who came from Dubai and triggered a virus outbreak in Hong Kong in April. Infectious diseases expert Leong Chi-Chu said there was an urgent need to review Hong Kong's quarantine system and break the transmission chain as early as possible because many people would soon return to the city for their summer holidays. Oo, malapit na naman pala ang summer holidays. So, marami na namang mga bata, mga estudyante na babalik dito sa Hong Kong. However, Ronald Lam, controller of the Center for Health Protection, said Hong Kong was among the top places globally in terms of its strict quarantine requirements. Yan. He said people in Hong Kong should take the initiative to get vaccinated, otherwise the territory could suffer from outbreaks similar to those in Taiwan and India. Border reopening. Tam Yu Chung, the sole Hong Kong representative in the National People's Congress Standing Committee, said possible border reopening between Hong Kong and the mainland could be delayed by the new cases found in the territory. Tam said if Hong Kong could significantly boost its vaccination rate, it was still hopeful that the border reopening would be implemented step by step. Presently, people from Hong Kong are required to be quarantined for 14 days when entering the mainland under the Return to HK scheme. Hong Kong residents are allowed to return to the special administrative region from the mainland without being isolated. Since May 21, Guangzhou has reported a total of 80 COVID-19 cases. Tama ba? The Guangzhou Municipal Health Commission said people leaving the city must show proof negative COVID-19 test result within the past 2 days. The Hong Kong government said it was suspending quarantine-free arrangements for Hong Kongers returning from certain high-risk places in Guangdong province, including parts of Shenzhen experiencing a rising number of infections. Kasi malapit lang yan dito eh. Malapit lang sa atin mga Pangyo yung Shenzhen, China. And then kung maraming infected doon, kailangan talagang maghigpit ulit ng Hong Kong. Vaccination rate as of Sunday, about 2.64 million doses of vaccines had been administered in Hong Kong. Among them, 1.53 million people had received their first doses, while 1.11 million had their second ones. In the 24 hours ending at 8 p.m. on Sunday, about 39,300 people had received vaccinations, and about 28,800 new vaccination bookings had been made online. More people made their bookings after the government extended its vaccination program to cover mainland residents who are holders of the exit entry permit for traveling to and from Hong Kong and Macau, as well as the non-refoulement claimants and refugees in late May. The government said it was not ideal that only about 18% of teachers, 23% of care home staff, and 3% of elderly home residents had received the jobs. On June 3, the government said it approved lowering the age limit for receiving the BioNTech vaccine to 12. Said it would consider sending outreach teams to school to administer the shots. Meanwhile, a total of 5,000 domestic workers had failed to go to Hong Kong after the territory suspended flights from the Philippines on April 20 due to virus outbreaks in the Southeast Asia country. So baka kayo yung nanonood na nandiyan sa Pilipinas, kabilang kayo dito, no? Mga Pangyaw. Yung iba may mga plane ticket na sila, may mga schedule na sila because in-announce ng Hong Kong government noong April 20 nga na ban muna ang Pilipinas since April 20. Supposed to be 2 weeks lang yon, pero dahil nga sa tumataas pa rin cases, in-extend po yun. Actually hanggang ngayon, wala pa pong ina-announce yung Hong Kong government na pwede na kayo. So, wait nyo lang mga Pangyaw yung advice ng agency nyo, ng employer nyo, and ipag-pray nyo rin, no, na wag magbago yung isip ng employer nyo. Kasi, syempre, kung matagal kayong nandiyan sa Pilipinas at kailangan na kayo, then, baka mapilitan silang i-cancel yun. Baka mag-back out na lang, and then kumuha na lang sila ng mga helper na nandito na sa Hong Kong. Pero ang iniisip ko naman, kung nagbayad na sila sa agency, mga Pangyaw, I'm sure mag-wait yan sa inyo. Huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa. And then, kung nag-back out naman sila, I'm sure God has better employer para sa'yo. Nahanap ko yung sweldo. Malapit na ata tayo dun sa sweldo. Wait. Kit Man Chung, the chairman of the Hong Kong Employment Agencies Association, said the government should allow fully vaccinated domestic workers to come to Hong Kong to ease the labor shortage problem in the city. May shortage na po ng mga domestic workers here in Hong Kong. Chong said some Hong Kong employers had raised their salary offers to 9,000, equivalent to $1,146 to hire a helper. At present, the minimum wage for foreign domestic workers in Hong Kong is 4,630 Hong Kong dollars. Yon, mga Pangyaw. Yun yung minimum. Yun yung nasa kontrata natin, yun yung pinakamababa. Many employers are now paying between 5,500 and 6,000 Hong Kong dollars to retain their domestic workers. So, ganun yung mga ginagawa ng mga employer ngayon, mga Pangyaw, para hindi umalis yung mga helper nila. Share ko lang sa inyo, mga Pangyaw, kasi gusto ko yung 9,000 Hong Kong dollars. If you want to read yung binasa kong news, I will put the link in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Stay safe lagi, mga Pangyaw. Stay healthy. And syempre, always pray. Thank you for watching again. Bye. God bless.